What's happening, everybody? It's Bro Daddy back here on a All Hallows Eve, and we have been checking out zombies today. Those brain-eating undead who want to bite you and turn you into one of them. And it was quite an experience, which we will share with you here in a second. But I was thinking, how are we going to incorporate this zombie horde into today's drawing? So, I got my inspiration from a young kid who was standing there as these freaks walked the street. And he was dressed as his favorite Hokage, Minato. And I thought, that's pretty cool. What if we turn Naruto Uzumaki into a zombie? So, that's what we have for you tonight. We're going to get into the creation station and check it out! Alright, so here we are back in the creation station. We are going to be working portrait orientation tonight. And if you know, we've done many drawings of Naruto. And so what we are going to start with on this one is we're going to start with his Konoha headband for the tree village, and it's been kind of like ripped up and tattered because he's been undead for a while roaming the forest. And so we're going to start with like the one little end of it that's still attached to his head, and I'm going to have it slightly turned down, kind of like how Kakashi wears his little headband a little bit over his face, so we'll make that little reference there. And we're gonna go about that far with it, and we'll come back to it. And we're gonna make the Leaf Village symbol sort of popping off. So we'll have it sort of angled away and coming up, and like it's been ripped and flipped and maybe bent a little bit. So we're gonna put a little like bend in it. All right, and I'm gonna put one dark kind of a screw, I guess, kind of holding it in. We're gonna call it that. We're not really sure how it's attached. Like I'll make one popping off, kind of make it kind of Frankenstein looking, and then we'll leave the other one like a hole. And on the top we'll do about 1, 2, 3 holes. And I guess we'll leave the Konoha symbol intact, but maybe if you wanted to be extra funny, you could change it into something else. Maybe we'll make it a little droopy. All right, so we're gonna make the rest of the headband sort of coming off here, and we're gonna give it like a nice little tear. Somewhere around like that, and like it's just sort of kind of just got like ripped off and it's a little bent. Okay, so that's the first start. Now, when we think about a zombie, we think about like they probably like don't have a whole lot of nourishment, you know. So we're gonna make his hair. We're gonna probably follow the hair, but we're just gonna make it kind of sagging, like a dead flower, dying flower, kind of dried up and dirty. Maybe we'll make some of it kind of sticking up funny. Maybe we'll split some ends on a couple of them. Maybe make it smushed a little bit, like you've been sleeping on it. Although, do they really sleep? I guess they do during the daytime, right? And you have these two little nuances coming off, will make them kind of like, eh. This is kind of a fun drawing because you can get sort of sloppy with it, and that's kind of the cool part of making a zombie, is he just look kind of messed up. And like we'll just kind of like that on his ear. We're just gonna kind of rip it a little bit. Like another zombie tried to bite him. Maybe it was Sasuke. Who knows? And so on the other side, we'll give this ear a little life left in it. Okay, and so his eyebrows will make kind of sagging. Usually they point pretty prominently right up, and we'll make a little hair here, but we'll leave a little gash in it. So one of the things I've been doing is, you know, kind of right where it's a little dried blood, or maybe kind of like right here. All right, and other eyebrow will just make it just little messed up there. All right, that's part of the wound. And so I'm gonna go kind of with his normal eye shape here, but just make it a little bit sickly. Like you can't open it very well, but it has this darker section. So I'm gonna make it a little more closed than usual. All right, so we have that going. And his eye's usually right up here in the middle. We're just gonna sort of bring it down, make it not looking so hot, a little bloodshot. All right, and then his other one, we're just gonna close the heck out of it, make it kind of like he really took some punishment, some pain. All right, and we get a little dark in there. All right, so you can already tell he doesn't really have his, probably no chakra left. All right, so we're gonna make his nose, you know, a little like kind of oozing a little brain there. And we are gonna make his mouth open. He's just got a nice closed mouth, so he's laughing. And this one, not a lot funny about being a zombie. We'll make it kind of wide open. And kind of a little bit fuzzy. And if you remember when he became Hokage, he was like passed out, sleeping, drooling. I'll make it a little bloody. Why not? It's zombified. Okay, and not doing so great in the teeth. So kind of give him a little bit of that. Maybe there's one right there. Okay, and so for the inside of the mouth, I have this kind of neat grayish charcoal, and just sort of mix some red in there, just to make it kind of nasty. All right, and teeth, not taking care of the teeth. So a little bit darker, all right. And maybe we'll throw a little brown in there for some staining. All right, these teeth just aren't looking so hot. And kind of smudge them, make them a little bit extra dirty, all right. And not as prominent in the chin, but we'll keep the shape. We're gonna try to make him a little skinnier, you know, 'cause that's the idea of the zombie not getting the proper nourishment. So he's got these three fox scars, I guess you will. That's what I like to call them. They look like whiskers. And we're gonna ooze them up a little bit. Ooze them up a little down towards the edges. Maybe a little bit on both sides here. All right, so he's just making his ears bleeding a little bit. Definitely get a lot down here. Maybe a little drip kind of coming off. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get some sickly color in here. we're gonna go ahead. I'm kind of coloring as I'm going on this one because it kind of makes it fun. It's kind of like we're doing our zombie makeup. And if you saw in some of the pictures, goodness gracious, they were pretty intense looking. But it's all a whole lot of fun, you know, doing a little walk. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of take my pastel and I'm gonna go over the gray charcoal to get that initial blend. Okay, but then we want to get a softness. If you saw in our video with Ultimate Warrior, when you're doing skin versus like hair or something, you want to get a certain kind of texture achieved. So for skin color, I want to go a little softer. And so you can tell that, you know, a zombie's really not pumping with blood and able to take care of itself and think on its own. It's just kind of like this living dead thing, which is hence the name, the Night of the Living Dead. All right, so same thing in the hair, especially like right here. Part of it will just make kind of dirty. All right, I'm sure I hadn't had much in the way of showers or anything like that recently, or even going in the water because apparently they can't swim. So that's a good thing to know if you're ever trying to escape a zombie, is, you know, jump in the ocean, jump in the river, something like that. So we got this dirty Naruto hair. All right. Kind of go just like that. Kind of that going across. All right, and we got a little more yellow in here, a little yellow in here, a little bit in here. Eyebrows, kind of enhance the color a good bit. All right, headband. I'm gonna go a little brown on it. Get a little bit of black. All right, the great pastel color. Mix it in with the brown. Just a black, leathery look. All right, and it's been on him for way too long. All right, I'm gonna kind of throw a little bit more spatter on here, a little stain right there, just to make it kind of extra creepy and extra scary. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, usually his neck is standing kind of tall and prominent, so we're just gonna make it a little bit more hunched. Okay, you can't really hold it up that great, sort of slouching. All right, so we're gonna sort of make it like that, and we're gonna make his little hoodie thing in not the greatest shape. And like this. And then a little blood on it down there. Come down like this. Right. A little bit of staining on here. Staining. Batter. Alright. And try to just, you don't gotta draw the lines very perfect because it's probably all ruffled up. So that's a great thing. Okay. We're gonna work some shadow down here. And a little bit of green, just kind of mix in, make them kind of sickly. All right, and there we go. All right, and now we're gonna attach some of the outer clothing. Maybe we'll do a little rip in the arm here, and get his sort of shoulder badge right there, that thing. popping on like this. All right, get the center of it, and a little arm action with, of course, some more wound right around there, and then dirty shirt. Especially there. All right. Charcoal sometimes makes the paper want to move, and it's not as smooth flowing of a material. A little blue mixed in there, mixed in with the blood. We're going to blend it. All right. So zombifying is pretty fun. It's the kind of thing where it doesn't need to be perfect, and it can be different in so many ways as long as you're just sort of following along with the fact that this is like a sickly, probably beat up looking sort of being right here. And so at this point, we're going to add just a little detail right here. And you could start throwing in all sorts of like crazy features into the background. We're gonna go ahead and go with our zombie Naruto and sign our work. And one of the great things to do, again, is, you know, you always make like practice drawings and kind of, you know, figure out like how you want to hone the craft. So you could go a little bit lighter with it. You could go a little bit darker with it. I feel like the second one's like a lot trashier and creepier. This one, I feel like it would still scare me. So, hope you all have enjoyed the zombie Naruto. I'm interested to see what kind of zombies you create. Have a happy and safe Halloween. And like, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you in our next video.